Is this thing on? Yes, it is. See this hat? See this hat? You. Yeah, I'm talking to you guys. I grew up in a small capital of Kansas. Yeah, every city has its little bad points and criminal elements and stuff like that. But when I got to a certain age, I realized all the little stupid stuff we were doing, I had to break away. So, alternative, just like many big major cities, I joined the military. Joined the United States Air Force first. Became a firefighter, crash rescue. But I'll never forget that oath of office to serve, protect from enemies, both foreign and domestic, and on, whoever raised that right hand and took your oath to protect this country. Seems like there's a great divide going on here, and it has a lot to do with skin color, green, and a guy named Trump. Some of you that I serve with, some people that I've been knowing for years, I know they get upset when they see my posts against Trump. Even you, I'm talking to you, Facebook, moderators, cops, whatever you want to call yourself. You want to take away my First Amendment right to say what I want to say. However, you guys never done a damn thing when everybody was slamming President Obama with all kind of racial epithets, slurs, pictures, posts, and I got them. Saved them. But yet you want to attack me because of a simple word that represents a female dog on Trump. Trump is a criminal. You know how I know? Because when I was in the fire department and I broke my leg, I was working in the 911 call center to recovery. And I started listening to talk radio way back then. Way back when it was kind of like fair play, until the Republicans got this little thing that causes to take away the right for like a newspaper organization, can't have a TV station, and so on. Then all the little talk radio stations that was progressive sold out. The Republicans bought them out, turn them into sports talk, stuff like that. The only way you can hear voices that speak on the left side of things is paid to hear that on Sirius XM radio. And I love my Sirius XM radio, and I listen to it for probably one channel, 127. Because you can't hear this stuff in Kansas, which is all red. However, we got a Democratic governor. Some states are going that way. And they're talking about the big red wave was teetering out. And Trump is a criminal. He's been a criminal his whole life. Why do I dislike this person? There's many reasons. It's called a Trump rap sheet. And you knuckleheads that call yourself mega people, you're brainwashed. You're brainwashed. You lost your faculties up here. This man is a con man from New York City. And if you can't realize that, you one brain cell short of humanity. This man has been found guilty. He's done things. He's been indicted. Now 3 times. He still has some more cases. He has the case following the incitement of the rioters. His mega crowd, January 6th, that's still coming. Don't forget. Then you got your, can you find me 11,762 votes? Georgia state regulator for the voting system there. He has to answer that, trying to muscle his way in to have that guy do his business for him. And then there's the just 2 lawsuits defaming the FBI and law enforcement people. You remember when the rioting was happening after George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter thing started, and all they were saying defund the police department and stuff, and then now everything's been flip flop. Well, the Republicans are saying ban the FBI, defund the DOJ. Ain't that crazy? That's totally crazy. All because one con man has got into your mind and gave you all these messed up thoughts in your brain like he's some angel. Wake the hell up. Trump, out of his own mouth, what did he say? Grab him by the you know what? Access bus, the Billy Bush guy. And then there's the child rape accusations, the connection with the white supremacy. Oh yeah, you remember that? Oh yeah, just how soon you forget. And then there's the dishonoring the Gold families. The guy, the Middle Eastern guy, whose son was killed. He was an officer in the United States Army, I believe, and he disrespected them. He didn't sort out the environment. He tried to do away with the G7 thing. He pulls out of that, and the climate change thing. He agrees with China. He flip flops on that. And then there's the Russian connection. And let me tell y'all something. When he made those words and he lost his TV show, coming down the elevators, they kicked out his Miss Universe. They stopped carrying it. He wound up going to Russia. Yeah, it was broadcast from Moscow. So I don't want to hear this bullcrap that he doesn't know a damn thing about Russia, because he does. I think it was 2-3 years that show was broadcast from Russia. And you're going to try to tell me Putin, and that's why he's sweet on Putin, probably back his $420 million loan, supposedly, that you don't hear much talk about. But he wanted to build a Moscow Trump Tower. Yeah. No, he's been associated with Russia since the 80s. And you guys so just brain dead, I guess. Disrespects women, disrespect my people, both sides of the coin, Native American and black. Obstructing justice, colluding with Russians, discrediting the CIA, sellout to big business, disrespecting POWs, constantly tweeting his bullcrap, probably over 3,000 lawsuits. He hires people to do his bidding, building his properties and stuff, which he's been lost mainly. His casinos have been gone. One of the things they said, oh, well, he's a great businessman. Yeah, right. Every one of his businesses is a failure. They're gone. The casinos are gone. Trump Water's gone. Trump Steaks is gone. Trump Mortgage is gone. Trump College University is gone and a scam. Trump Water, Trump Mortgage Company, Trump Game Board, Trump Magazines, all failed. Talking about a great businessman running this country. Yeah, he's running the country's money into his own pocket, and you chumps don't know that. You can't see that. Man, you people are so idiots. Idiots! They filed bankruptcy over 6 times. Yeah. The fake charity thing, you remember that? Oh, yeah, how soon we forget. Fake charities. Definitely housing discrimination against black folks. Upper class, rich black folks, he wouldn't rent to them. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, speaking of black, you remember the Central Park 5? You remember that, don't you? Yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah, oh, no, you want to forget about it. They were found innocent by DNA. What does Trump do? He makes a big billboard and puts up on the damn in New York City talking about they should be electrocuted or killed. And they've been proven innocent. So don't sit up here and tell me Trump is not prejudiced, not a racist, not a bigot. Every one of his rallies, have you noticed this? Every one of his rallies, every stinking one of his rallies, you'll see this black dude behind him. As you're looking at your TV, he's on the left side of Trump's shoulder. As you're looking at your television, and there's a black guy and he has a white T-shirt on, says "Blacks for Trump." Now he's recruited a few more black people. That's his black friends. You remember that statement he made? Black people, what do you have to lose? Ask Ron DeSantis. Yeah, taking black history out of the history books. Texas. Governor Abbott. Huckabee comes straight out of the workshop of Trump. Used to be Trump's spokesperson. Remember that? She's trying to do the same thing. Eliminate black history from the history book because it is giving white children a complex about slavery. Oh boy. My great grandmother came. Her grandma was a slave. I've heard the stories when I was a kid. I heard the stories. And then when the TV show Roots came out, yeah, that's history. That's real history. And I just made her a comment about the slavery thing, talking about comparing it to immigrants coming to this country for a better life. Y'all stole them people, just like you raped Africa. You took all their treasures and jewels and diamonds. Africa would have been one of the richest continents on this planet. Constantly, the De Beers family, the De Beers diamonds, where you think they came from? Africa. So yeah, it's like they was living off the land peacefully until you know who came. That's why Muslims don't have much respect for Americans, because they still associate everything with what used to be called the blue-eyed devil. Because what we done did over there in the Middle East, in Africa, it's like, I understand some of that, stay in your own region. I understand that. But just like other countries, you have interests in other countries for trade and all the other mechanics of being a human being, and, you know, show of force and all that. You know, I was in the military. After my Air Force days, I joined the Navy. I'm proud to say that I loved serving in the Navy and the Air Force. But I don't like what's going on with the spread of hate with Trump's ideology. And if you can't tell, he uses code talk, code speech, suggestive speech, just like some of you may not remember when television used to have these subliminal blips, like a hamburger or something like that, and your brain sees it and it registers in your head and you get hungry. Well, now, if you look at the industry, they don't have to do that no more, because even the cable companies ripping us off. I'd like to see FCC step in, because when cable industry first started, I was stationed in Hawaii, and one of the big selling points for cable was no commercials, commercial free. Now you got more commercials than you got the actual broadcast of shows. Back in the day, you had an antenna on your roof. It was free. Why was it free? Because the commercials paid for the broadcasting. Simple terms. Trump saw this. Trump has been a crook since when he was born. He lied about making his money. His daddy gave him $4 million or $400 million to start his little venture into real estate. He's lost most of those properties. And another friend of mine claimed that he had over 500 and something businesses. I said, no, Trump rents his name out. People put on their buildings. Because back then, I got to admit, I liked him back then when he was a Democrat. And he was cool. And he would show up at the big boxing events and stuff. He was cool when he was a Democrat. But something happened when he became a Republican. His personality changed. His looks changed. Like he has a sickness. And he does have a sickness. And it's green and greed. And what he's been doing is to try to save his own ass from prosecution. That's why he's trying so hard to get back into office. And you idiots voted for this con man. He's a con man from New York City. He doesn't give a crap about you. The only thing he cares about is him, himself, and his family. That's it. Not you, not America. As a matter of fact, getting back to that subject point, when he lost the election, what the first thing he did, claim it was rigged, it was fraud. When in fact, he was the one perpetrating the fraud. One of them was putting text messages out to minority people, older folks, telling them all you have to do is hit this text to register to vote. That's one way that he stole the election. And there's other ways too, just like the Republicans did. This restructuring of the regional areas of certain states and certain towns, which just got overturned last night by the Supreme Court for Alabama. And they need to do it the rest of these states, because I remember when Texas did it, and they try to spread this throughout America. They're trying to pretty much take back over this country and make us all slaves again. White and black and all other colors. We're all human. We're all Americans. We're supposed to be all Americans. And I put this hat on. When I earned this hat, 1 year in Vietnam, then right before I retired out to the Navy, the Desert Storm won to kick Saddam's ass out of Kuwait. And everything that happened in between Vietnam to that point, I was serving. I served. I did it with respect, with dignity, although when I started back to listening to talk radio station, there was a guy on there called Rush Limbaugh, feminazi and all that crap. And then when Clinton got into office, oh my God, here comes all this BS hatred toward a Democrat when there's two separate points of the coin. Republicans supports the rich because it says, oh, they give you guys jobs. The old trickle-down economics from Reagan. Did it work? No. They call what? Reagan the great communicator. I liked his TV shows, but he was an actor. He was an actor. That's what they do. They act, okay? So, yeah, maybe he had a lot more respect than this knucklehead, for sure. He had more respect of the office that he represented. All of them did until this Trump got in office. Because the only thing that he wanted the president over was money coming into his pocket. That's what he was about and still about. And now he's fighting like hell to keep his ass out of prison so he could win and run for presidency again so he can get out of these charges still coming down the pipe. But I think, just like in the movie, The Alien, that actor, game over, man. Game over. What we gonna do now, man? Yeah, that's what he's saying. But he's putting on that face he always puts on. Think he's some hotshot bigwig with his fake billionaire crap. Sure, he might have some money coming in, but he ain't no damn billionaire. I can guarantee you that. And all you knuckleheads following him, y'all can keep on following him straight to prison. As a matter of fact, Fort Leavenworth Federal Penitentiary is like maybe 65 miles that way, east and a little bit to the north. Yeah, they got a Leavenworth Hospital there that's not far from the federal penitentiary. And that's where most of federal crime victims, not victims, but the person who perpetrated the crime on victims on a federal offense, that's where they usually go. And I believe they're working on a cell for him. It's going to be the new Trump Tower. And if you know me, and you know my Facebook post, you'll see that Trump Tower. But keep on going down the list here. Oh, yeah, like cheating on the vendors. I already discussed that, where he would hire people to do his working on his buildings and stuff. And then we get to almost 80% done building whatever he wanted to have built. And what happens? He doesn't pay them. They have to take him to court to try to get the rest of their money. Yeah, that's Trump. That's the Trump way. And say money laundering. That's another thing that been looked into, but it's been kept hush hush. So they might tie that in with what was it, Mueller? He said he could convict him on 10 points, but he couldn't do it because he was the acting sitting president. That some people try to claim that was the reason why he was vindicated. Bullshit. He wasn't vindicated. He was not vindicated. Mueller said, I can't prosecute him because he's a sitting president. That's why he wasn't prosecuted. But now, fair game, baby. Fair game. Getting back to this list over here. Dishonesty. That man in total probably close to over 3,000 lies and mistruths. It's been well documented. But you won't hear that on Fox Fake News. You won't hear that on Fox Fake News. Gee, I wonder why. And, oh, yeah. He joked about incest, about his daughter. If she wasn't my daughter, I would be dating her. And there's graphical pictures of him hugging on his daughter and, So I don't want to hear no stuff about how good of a person he is. This man is nothing but dirt. What's that movie? Dirt Joe or something like that? With the guy from Saturday Night Live. This guy shouldn't even be allowed to run for president again. Because his rap sheet is taller than his Trump Tower. Yeah. And what is it with you people? What is it that makes you want to be a mega supporter. There's only one point that I can see the reason why you love Trump so much because you yourself are a bigot and a racist. That's the only, because he damn sure ain't doing nothing for this country and he's never done nothing. Only thing he's done was give rich people more money. And look what the Republicans are doing. That the debt limit thing, they didn't want to raise it. They wanted to make people work. That's unfortunately on the lower scales of poverty. Take away veterans' benefits, want to reduce that. Here's one way to solve the problem. Raise the damn minimum wage to a working wage, a living wage. Man, what is wrong with you people? You're voting against your own self-interest. Because I know damn well there's some poor white folks out there. We ain't all wealthy. We ain't all rich. I know there's plenty of y'all out there. Poor white folks, poor black folks, been poor. Since slavery, trying to work our way up. Some made it, some ain't. But for you to think this man called Donald John Trump is such a savior and a hero, you must be out your mind. You must be. You got to be an idiot for science. Just, I just can't believe the stuff that I see and hear on the right. The Republican Party, the GOP, yeah, grand old party. It even sounds like racist, bigot, Ku Klux Klan crap. GOP. Yeah. Oh, you remember, what was that? What was that? Retired General Flynn. I'm talking about Hillary, lock her up. Lock his ass up. That's what you need to be doing. Man, it's like, yeah, you people done gone and lost your mind. You know, lost your mind. And I'm sorry, you'll never change my mind. And don't hate me, because I can't stand you know who. I am me, I'm going to be me, going to always be me, and I'm always going to do what I feel is good for me and my brain, and that's a person like you know who. Nope. Just say nope. Because the man is a con man, and he's from New York City. He's learned from the best, and he ain't no damn, I don't know why all these other Republicans are afraid of him. Christie, you hit a flip-flop, so he's going to run. And the mainstream media keeps saying Trump's, he's leading in the polls, he's leading in the polls. Yeah, you crazy people, polls, yeah. Go down to 39 and Gray Street in Chicago, 39 East Side, everywhere, anywhere black folks live. You run your poll in, see how popular he is. And some of you folks out there that's Caucasian, white, and I know there's good ones out there. There's good ones. Ever since slave days, there's been white folks help slaves run away and not get caught. But it burns me up deep inside because my heritage has been proven by the DNA test. Me and my sister are the same father. Germany, even Ukraine, Austria, Europe, Denmark, Sweden, UK, Japan, place between Portugal and Spain, and of course Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Mombasa, and a little bit of Mandingo warrior. So I guess you can say Heinz 57 mix, but a little on the chocolate side. Then there's the Native American side, Choctaw, Cherokee, and Blackfoot. I've heard that my whole life. Dutch, German, Irish, and Native. So when I hear people say, take our country back, yeah. Y'all should have been green carded when you came over here with, what was his name? Not Christopher Columbus, the first one. Leif Erikson, the Viking. Yeah. The blue-eyed blonde. Yeah. They should have said, oh, where's your green card? Go back to your country. Yeah. But it happened. They're here. I just want to get one thing straight. This ain't your country. It belongs to the real Native Americans. Those are the real Americans. And look what y'all done. Look what happened to them. You try to erase them off the memories of everybody. That's like you're trying to do